Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Whispers and Growls. You're going to say it with me. You got to say it with me. You got to either whisper with me or growl with me, okay?
Okay.
Ready? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Whispers and Growls. Thank you very much. Special guest today, we have Tony from Toniverse. She's a poet and a voice actor. So you guys will be hearing some professional stuff today. So something I want to do on the Whispers and Growls podcast, now that we've kind of gone past just rehearsals, this thing is like growing and changing and transforming in really cool ways. I do want to get more people here talking about songs that they love, lyrics that they love, poems that they love, and also, I guess, talking about their own work. And today we're going to go through some of Tony's stuff, and also, if we have time, maybe go through some stuff that I really like, that I would like to read. But first, yes, Tony, do you have some poems that you would like? That would be brilliant for us to talk about.
I have something that's not a poem.
Okay.
Do I give the backstory?
Read it first, then give us a backstory. Oh, wait, no, I don't know. Do I want to be surprised, or do I want to be educated first? All right, read it first, please.
Okay. This was new. This road, or rather surface. I'd never been here before. It was both scintillating and terrifying from the very first interaction. What was special about this place was how connected I felt to my owner, yet to this object that I also connected to. Except it didn't feel like an object. No, this was more than an object. This was a pause. I remember every other rugged and imperfect surface. The ones of punishment, the ones of coercion, the ones of error, and the ones of terror. I remember the ones that were smooth, which this one eerily reminded me of. But they were never secure. Almost akin to walking across a bridge, I remember the ones that were smooth to hold me, the ones that presented as comfortable, but were in fact like sandpaper against my skin, well, my heart. So in this moment, this familiar yet unknown place felt perfect, the right temperature. The frame of this connection provided security beyond the unknown. It felt as if any other surface, yes, including the terrors of the past, could never penetrate beyond this touch. The gusts of winds would be unable to shake us. The lowest of temperatures could never freeze us, as we had frozen time in this hug. This hug raised hairs on all parts of my body, even after 6 laser treatments. This hug both cried and opened gateways for tears. This hug balanced me in mind, soul, and heart. This hug centered me in the ground and placed me on clouds. I was able to travel through myself and another through this hug. I felt years of pain being released and hope for future dreams being secured. This hug was the closest I had come to completion, the rush of emotions invoked and explored in this embrace. I intensified my grip because this hug was home.
What inspired that?
I went for a writing workshop session, and we were given a couple prompts, 5 prompts, and I knew I had 10 or 15 minutes to write. I think 10 maybe. So I read through all of them, and they were like, "Oh, you can just free write anything." So it was free writing, and I saw this prompt that said, "Tell a story using only one sense: seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, or touching." And yeah, it just, the first thing I could think of was a hug. And I was like, hugs are so powerful. Like, I love, it's weird because I don't like being touched, but every now and then, like, I like hugging, or I like to be hugged. And like, I feel like, I don't know if it's that people aren't good huggers, or not people don't give good hugs. I think hugs require vulnerability to sort of give this most optimal self. It's sort of like, this is me bearing myself before you and, you know, clasping onto you, sort of vibe. So yeah, that's what came to mind. And I was like, how about I tell of a hug as a story? You know, just spoke about the senses in that way.
Yeah.
I think I probably use more than one sense though, so I don't used to listen to instructions. But yeah. Hey, I'm only human.
Fair enough. Fair enough. When was the last time I got a good hug? Sorry, this has got nothing to do with that. Just made me think. I think this is the second time I think I've heard you read that poem. Or writing. What would you call it? We would call it a poem, please.
I don't consider it a poem though. A piece? I don't know.
I'd say it's a poem.
Okay.
Poem has like a very loose definition these days.
Yeah, poetry, poetic license and all of the stories.
But yeah, I think the first time, because it's like, especially when you have a good voice, I can get lost in the sound of your voice. And I think for the first half of what you were reading, so that's what it felt like, just listening and being moved by the words, the sounds of the words themselves. And then as soon as you mentioned hug, it all brought everything back, tied everything together. So it's like, hugs. I really love hugs. I really, really love hugs.
That's interesting. Question.
Hey, me.
What two people, who's hugging?
Who's hugging?
In the story? Who are the characters? Like, what vibe did you get from the people that are hugging? Like, who would you say are the people that are hugging? Like, what's the relationship between them?
I feel like this is like a recepting. I'm receiving a hug from someone. This is crazy. I hug the way that I think that person's receiving the hug. So it's like maybe knowing how much I'd like to give. When I hug people, I'd like to hug people properly. I think I watched a YouTube video that was like, this is how you hug properly. And I was like, okay, I'm going to hug properly from now on.
YouTube for hugging. Okay.
I didn't Google it. It just came. It came my
YouTube
way.
For hugging.
Yeah, I didn't YouTube or look for it. It just kind of came my way. I was like, oh, okay. And let me improve my hugs by doing these things. Like just a bit tighter squeeze, you know? And so I think when I was reading that, I was imagining having that kind of hug that I give people back to me. And what kind of relationship do I have? Well, is between these two people. I would say this is like a matured love type beat.
Matured love.
So it's not like they're just infatuated with each other, just like each other. It's like a full on, nah, really, I love you. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic though.
That's interesting.
But I think because of my history and wherever I've been, that's the only kind of hug. That's the kind of hug I would only experience from a lover, not from family.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Or a really good friend, maybe.
The first time I read it out, I remember someone in the audience, I guess, thought that the hug had come from a dying parent. It was between a child, like an adult, and their dying parent, which was so interesting to me. I was like, I didn't write it from that angle. I wrote it from someone who had finally found secure love. Yeah, so it's very interesting that this poem could take so many interpretations, just like wherever you take it. And I think that's what I love about poetry and writing in general. It's like you can say what you mean, but you can't dictate what the receiver receives. You may own the art, but once you release it, it belongs to the world. And I think that generally in being an artist in any capacity, really, that's why it's kind of vulnerable, because you pour yourself into your art and then you put it out there, and it's kind of like now people get to do whatever they want to do with it. Whether they use it, to run, whether they use it to cook, whether they use it to cry, whether they use it to make love, whatever they use it for, like you can't dictate that. And it's kind of like a part of you becomes a part of their story. And it's beautiful but scary, because you're like, no, I only want people to see it in this way or feel it in this way. But yeah, that's
wow. I wish I could write properly.
You can write.
I can write, but I don't write.
Yeah.
I'll get there. I'll get to a point where I express the things I like or feel.
You'll get there.
Amen.
Or you can come for a Toniverse workshop where we help you be expressive, teach you to write about your thoughts, your past, your relationships, anything.
Okay.
Through poetry.
Thank you. Have you got another poem from you?
You want another one?
You don't have to give another one, or we can go through a song that you like that has really good lyrics.
Mm.
Mm.
Should we do the song that I said is my favorite song of all time?
Oh, right. Yes.
The reason why I say this one's a bit difficult is because it's tied to a movie.
Mm-hmm.
So the movie really contextualizes it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if you haven't seen the movie,
Mm-hmm.
you might struggle to connect with the depth of the lyrics in the song.
Let's see how far we can break down with what we understand from the lyrics, and then you've seen the movie.
No, I just really connect with the song.
Okay, let's see how much we can contextualize it without understanding with just lyrics or just lyrics. Yeah.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Do you want to read the first
I
part?
read first. You do back and forth, okay? And I'll give up forever to touch you.
Because I know that you feel me somehow.
You're the closest thing to heaven that I'll ever be.
And I don't want to go home right now.
And all I can taste is this moment.
And all I can breathe is your life.
And sooner or later, it's over.
I just don't want to miss you tonight.
And I don't want the world to see me.
Because I don't think that they'd understand.
When everything's made to be broken.
I just want you to know who I am.
And you can't fight the tears that ain't coming.
Or the moment of truth in your lies.
When everything feels like the movies.
Yeah, you bleed just to know you're alive.
And I don't want the world to see me.
Because I don't think that they'd understand.
When everything's made to be broken.
I just want you to know who I am.
And that's it over and over again. Okay, let's break it down.
Break it down for me.
What do you think it means? Let's say from the top. I give up forever to touch you. Because I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest thing to heaven. Heaven is the Nigeria has gone to me.
Bad boy.
You're the closest thing to you're the closest thing to heaven that I'll ever be, and I don't want to go home right now. Yeah, it does feel like it's made for the movie. There's a little bit of the movie that, well, from what I understand, it's about an angel who helps people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And falls in love.
He falls in love with one of the people he's helping.
Yeah.
And he can't touch them, I guess, or interact with them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, pleasure. Yeah, I give up forever to touch you because I know that you feel me somehow. Oh, because I know that you feel me somehow. So she has an idea that there's an angel in his life.
In her life?
In her life, yeah.
Yeah.
And
you sense, it's sort of like how you can sense divinity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, you know. Like, I don't know, have you ever had like a near miss?
A near miss? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. And like the chills you get.
Yeah, thinking about that stuff makes me feel horrid. Like
yeah,
a near car crash.
Yeah.
Even driving. Yeah, go on.
I sort of feel like maybe that's what the feel means somehow is.
But instead of it being hopefully not a dreadful emotion like I'm feeling.
No, I don't think it's dreadful. Just that was an extreme one where you can feel that.
Damn, okay. And I don't want to go home right now. I guess he doesn't want to you're the closest thing to heaven that I'll ever be. And I don't want to go home right now. He's an angel. He doesn't want to go back home to heaven. But at the same time, this person in front of him is the closest that he'll feel to his home, his heaven.
But also telling someone you're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be.
Yeah, when you say it like that, damn.
In this dark earth, this cruel world where the heart of man is desperately wicked, you are the closest to heaven that I'll ever be. Eesh. This is lines of vows. I said it.
They've done it right. And all I can taste is this moment. And all I can breathe is your life. And all I can breathe is your life.
All I can breathe is your life.
He's obsessed with this woman.
But I think that's magical and powerful. Like almost in a, yo guys, let's go out. Yeah, I'm just gonna, check in with the wife kind of vibe. Oh, should we do something tomorrow? Let me just check in on Kiniko if he's okay with it. And everyone's like, you need to take permission. But like, no, but like, sorry. Like I inhale, I think, I exhale, I think of you. And I feel like, I mean, the time I have felt love, like I'm in love,
Mm-hmm.
That's very much what it was. It wasn't this like obsession, sort of like can't eat, can't sleep, but it was eat and think about you would like this. You wouldn't like this. Sleep and think, I'm happy to be in your arms.
That is
or if I'm not
interesting.
there, it's this night would be better with you. I feel like that's what it means to breathe someone. When you breathe, all you breathe is someone else's life almost.
Damn, that's deep. Do you think you're ready for that kind of love?
I've experienced it.
Damn.
Do I want it again? It's scary. It's scary. It's terrifying. But when it's done right, I think it's beautiful, man. Because when you both give each other that same energy. What do we have next?
This line, and I don't want the world to see me not this one or get into it, because I don't think they'll understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. Remember, in this world where everyone's like, no, I gotta keep one card up my sleeve. I can't expose myself. You haven't seen my final form. This guy's like, I just want you to know who I am.
Who I am, head to toe, vulnerability. Oh.
That's scary.
That's what love is, though.
Hate me or stay that way from me, please. Let me stay hard.
I like this next verse.
Yeah. You can't fight the tears that ain't coming. Oh, you mean this one that we just read?
No, the next one. This one I'm about to read.
And you can't fight the tears that ain't coming, or the moment of truth in your eyes.
I love that. It's what is it called? There's a English terminology for it. Tears that aren't coming.
Crocodile tears.
No.
Tears that aren't coming.
You can't fight the tears that aren't coming. So if the tears aren't coming, you can't fight it. It's like you never miss the shots you didn't take. You can't fight the tears that aren't coming. You can't fight what isn't there.
She can't feel sad for him. She can't feel some kind of grief for him or a loss for this love.
Exactly.
I see. Okay.
Or the moment of truth in your lies. Like, you know how they say in every lie, there's an element of truth. Yeah. You can't fight that. Like, for a lie to exist, there has to be some truth for it to be based on. You can't fight that either. And it's just like there are all these things that like don't exist that you can't fight against. He's just saying you can't fight for or against this love because as far as you're concerned, it's not there. Or if it is there, it's like it's something that's a part of it that can't be removed.
Let me see if I can take this one step further.
Let's go.
So like in relationships, when things start getting rocky, right? And things can start getting painful, there'll be tears. There'll also be lies where people are trying to cover it to your backside. But it's like, if it's never getting to that stage where things get cracked and it stays almost perfect forever or almost underdeveloped forever, you never have to fight the tears that would have come.
No, you're not making each other cry.
Nothing's been broken.
Yeah.
And there are no lies. So you can't fight it. There's no moment of truth because everything's bliss.
And when everything feels like the movies, you bleed to know you're alive.
You bleed to know.
Because when it feels like this is not real, right?
Oh.
It's not real. Is this real? Pinch me.
I see.
It literally took a pinch me moment to the next level.
Yeah, you bleed just to know you're alive because everything's too perfect. It's like, yo, it's too good. Pinch me. I have a friend who likes to feel cold because it reminds her that she's awake, she's alive. That kind of pain that the cold brings and stings.
You don't want heartbreak. All right, fair enough. I mean, I hate being cold though. So I think.
Yeah. Oh no, I love this song now. During the event Serenade, I had some sponsored poetry, sponsored works that I was supposed to read. And I thought it would be fun for us to read it here as well. So like in this frame, I just thought it'd be fun. And also maybe the sponsor might like this and that too. And, you know, give some more, you know, some more bread, some more cheese. Right. This is from her book. Oh, I can't remember what book it is. I think, I forgot her name. I'm so sorry if you're listening to this, but you won't see this part. Maybe if you watch the podcast, you will. Anyways. Tony's going to read the female part and I'm going to read the male part. We're going to perfect it. We're going to make it so voice at it. Anyway.
I'm getting into character.
Okay, yeah, she's gonna read the female part. I'm gonna read the male part. Give me all, please. Everything I demand from you, Tony.
Oh, sir.
Give it to me, please.
He stood across the ballroom, flanked by nobles dressed in tailored black, layered with silver thread. His braids were freshly coiled, his posture composed, but his face. There were tears in his eyes, just barely, but they were there. And he was staring at me like he'd never seen me before. Everything else vanished. The ballroom, the whispers, the weight of the gown and the mark in my hair. Only him.
Only her. Everything else blurred at the edges, sound muffled, color dulled, like the world had receded to make room for the sight of her. Now I understood why the purple dress hadn't worked. This wasn't a dress. It was a message. You look like the depths of a dream, I said softly, like starlight stitched into something living. The color that rose to her cheeks was subtle but unmistakable, and it was my new favorite color. I want us to do that again. Come close to the mic, real close to the mic.
He stood across the ballroom, flanked by nobles dressed in tailored black, layered with silver thread. His braids were freshly coiled, his posture composed, but his face? There were tears in his eyes, just barely, but they were there, and he was staring at me like he'd never seen me before. Everything else vanished. The ballroom, the whispers, the weight of the gown and the mark in my hair. Only him.
Only her. Everything else blurred at the edges, sound muffled, color dulled, like the world had receded to make room for the sight of her. Now I understood why the purple dress hadn't worked. This wasn't a dress, it was a message. You look like the depths of a dream, I said softly, like starlight stitched into something living. The color that rose to her cheeks was subtle but unmistakable, and it was my new favorite color. Okay, I can take that. I can take that. Death. The day was turned to night, and the night to day. You let me loose upon your fragile flesh. Now I should read this. This is too gory for the love stuff that we've been reading.
Yeah, you sound like a dragon.
Let me go for something else. Let me go for something else. Something that's lovely.
I was like, at first I was like, okay, let's be abstract about this. Maybe this is emotion, anger.
Okay.
And then I was like, flesh, hello.
All right, let's read something that the people in Serenade gave us. This one.
Yeah.
Okay. Turnip 0. I'll send you this podcast so you can enjoy it. All
That is me.
Is that you? Is that you age woman? You Yahoo. Tony P.
Tony P. My last name.
I could have guessed that.
I know. I was like, how's he not getting this?
I read Tonip instead of Tony P. 05. A random number, not 1995 even.
Or maybe the year that I made the email address. 2005.
Eesh.
Yeah.
Damn, it's a 20-year-old email.
We're 20 years old. Oh my God. 2 decades.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. My camera's overheating, but let's see. When I'm asked about love, I'll sing a song of color, for love has filled the grayscale. I'll sing of pushing past frown lines from misunderstanding and slow dancing in old age. I'll sing of passion beyond time, memories that are ageless and laughter that cannot be contained to a page. I'll sing of that which exists in between lovers and friends, in between laughter and tears, in between life's beginning and end, that which lives throughout the years. I'll sing of that which exists between God and man, in between hearts, yours and mine. I like that. I'll sing of the greatest love and how it's the greatest commandment, the most yearned, the most revered, the most earned. I'll sing a song of the love here that sits in this room. It stands at this podium. It stands at the center of this aisle. It makes us weep. It makes us smile. It's why we're here, from far and wide. It's why we have today's groom and bride. So when you ask me for the words of love, no, I could potentially go on forever. For I can sing a song of love of our hearts that has an ending day of never. Sweet. I was gonna say, like, when you were reading this, when I was reading this, after I was like the most yearned, the most reverent, the most earned, and I sing a song of love here that sits in this room. I was like, this is something you should read at a wedding.
I wrote it for a wedding.
You wrote it for a wedding?
I wrote it for my friend's wedding. I didn't get to read it.
You didn't get to read it? We shall repurpose it. The next person who invites Tony as a wedding guest to read stuff. This is perfect for a wedding, honestly. Why couldn't you perform it?
It was very hot on the day that she got married, and we had to push the ceremony back to when the sun began to set. So it was a very beautiful backdrop, very gorgeous. But the ceremony was cut short.
I see.
So we had to peel back a lot of other elements of it.
Venue bookings.
And to be honest, everybody was at some point. Everybody was like, "Can we just go and party?" But yeah, no, it was. Unfortunately, I couldn't read it at the wedding. But I mean, I really want to perform it for like a wedding. Like, I don't know, for someone. Yeah, I don't think it has to be like a friend anymore. Like just, or maybe what I did think of doing was making a video of their wedding and doing a voiceover of this, but I didn't get good footage, so I was like, oh, another one. So maybe another couple.
I see, as a present to them, or
I mean, if you feel moved by this and you want it read at your wedding, I'm your girl.
Hit her up.
I read it very different from Michael, by the way.
That's true. I read it like I'm talking to you, whispering in your ear, saying sweet nothings. Oh. Can you whisper sweet nothings, please?
I should whisper. Okay, you want me to whisper sweet nothings?
Yes. Gaze into their souls and say sweet things to them.
I hope you know you're beautiful. From your head to your toes to into your soul, you are beautiful. When you wake up in the morning, when you sleep at night, in the darkness and in the light, you are beautiful. When you smile, when you frown, when you're happy, when you're down, you are beautiful. In heart, soul, and mind, you are beautiful. You are mine. You are beautiful. Sorry, I can't keep a straight face.
No, that was beautiful. They're gonna love that. They're gonna eat that up. Was that thing that people doing? Dun 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 dun.
Oh,
that's a trend that be going around. The people
really? I can't really. I don't know.
That was so sweet. So sweet. I think. Go on.
No, nothing. You think?
I would say I think it's a good place to end it.
Okay.
Unless you want to say any more sweet things to people.
Bye, beautiful people. Thank you for having me here on Whispers and That is not good. I can't growl.
We're keeping that in. It's all right. No, try that. Okay, just do a pure growl. Just a pure growl.
Turn like a sis. I don't even know what that ending was, but it was nearly there. One more time?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
No, that feels like something bad is happening there. You're hurting yourself.
That's the best I can do.
Okay, go deeper. Can you go deeper?
No, that actually felt like something was happening to me. Bye, guys. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming.